As a biologist for the Canadian Wild Turkey Federation, one of the big projects we're working on, we've teamed up with Dr. MacDonald from the University of Guelph. And so we're evaluating the prevalence of West Nile virus in populations of ruffed grouse and wild turkey. And we've been doing this for the last 3 years. So we've already completed 3 years of sampling for ruffed grouse in Ontario and Quebec. And we're finishing up the final spring turkey hunt. This will be our 3rd year for wild turkey. Last year we started with the generous donation from Bass Pro. We were able to get the money to extend the study to New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. And so we started the 1st year of sampling in ruffed grouse last fall in both those provinces. And this spring it's the inaugural turkey hunt in New Brunswick. And so we're going to be collecting samples along with the help of the Department of Natural Resources. So as you can see, there's a beautiful pool of blood right here. So when you cut the breast away, so for all those who are going to be participating in this study, this is the easiest way to do it on a wild turkey. When you actually cut the breast away, there's an artery that runs through, and when you cut it, the blood just spills right out. And so what we do as a part of this study is we send you a test kit. So each test kit will contain envelopes. The envelope itself is postage paid, so it doesn't cost anything to you. The test itself takes 2 minutes. And so in these little coin envelopes, you can find these little test strips. And so what you want to do with these is you want to just dip them right into the blood itself, and you let the blood absorb. And so what you really want to do is make sure that it absorbs all the way to the top, like so. That's it. You take this, you put like a little rock on it or something, you put it on your counter, you let that air dry for a few days. You make sure it's completely dry, put it back into the envelopes, seal them up, send them back to us. So it's as easy as that. Then for each sample, see, it depends what you're hunting. Here in Quebec, in my zone, you're allowed 2 turkeys per person. So we have 2. So what you want to make sure is each test kit comes with detailed instructions. So it tells you exactly what to do, how to do it. And then for each of the tests that you also have a sample submission form that needs to be filled out. And this is why it's important to make sure that if you have multiple birds, so for example with ruffed grouse, if you go out and shoot 4 or 5 in one day and you have 4 or 5 test kits, but you've taken them in different locations or different sexes, for each one, you're going to want to fill out the day that it was harvested, the GPS coordinates so that we could do spatial analyses, how was the animal found. So for most of us, we hunt them, but also if you happen to have test kits and you find one dead, for example, on the side of the road, you can collect a sample. If there's any abnormalities when you have harvested, if you notice any. And then if the species, so either ruffed grouse or wild turkey, the age, so you could choose between adult and juvenile, and the sex, male or female. And all of this information remains strictly confidential. So we also ask for your name, the number for your hunting permit, your email address, and your telephone number. So you fill that out. And usually what I like to do is when I take the test kit, I put it into the envelope. I'll put the envelope inside, wrap it like that, seal it with some Scotch tape, and then that way we make sure that the samples aren't confused. Very simple, and this is the kind of research that's going to really help us manage our wildlife. It's going to lead to better avian conservation efforts. It's going to lead to better intervention, more targeted intervention for restoration strategies. So we really, really appreciate any help that we can get.